Hello, my friends. In this video, we're going to talk about something that affects millions of older adults in the United States: tingling, burning, numbness, or buzzing in the feet. Many seniors believe these feelings are simply part of getting older, but in most cases, they come from irritated nerves that are struggling to send clear signals. And the encouraging news is that these nerves can improve, even later in life, with the right kind of gentle support. Today, I'm going to explain why these uncomfortable sensations happen, why the problem often starts higher up in the legs instead of in the feet themselves, and how unclear nerve signals can affect your balance, your confidence, and the way you walk. We'll also talk about one simple, 1-minute technique you can use every day to help your feet feel calmer, warmer, and more alive again. It doesn't require strength, equipment, or difficult movements, just small steps that wake up the nerves and help them communicate clearly with the brain. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. It helps us feel like one community here, learning together and supporting one another. And if you have any natural health tips of your own, feel free to share those too. Someone else might really benefit from hearing what's worked for you. Point 1. Why tingling and numbness are not just aging. My friends, the first thing you need to know is this: tingling, burning, numbness, or buzzing in the feet are not simply a normal part of getting older. Many seniors assume this is just age catching up, but in reality, these sensations are usually signs that the nerves are struggling to send clear messages. When the nerves lose clarity, the feet feel strange, not because the feet are failing, but because the communication system inside the body is getting mixed or weakened. The nerves in your legs and feet work like tiny electrical cables. They carry information from the feet up to the brain: warmth, pressure, movement, balance, and sensation. But as we age, certain habits, muscle tightness, and old movement patterns can reduce the quality of these signals. When that happens, the brain begins to receive unclear messages. That static creates the tingling or numbness so many older adults feel. Sometimes the problem begins higher up, in the calves, ankles, or behind the knee, where nerves can become irritated or compressed. Other times, it comes from years of walking patterns, stiff muscles, or even long periods of sitting. The important thing to understand is that your feet are not the root of the problem. They are simply showing you the symptoms. And here's the hopeful part: because the issue is often signal-based, not structural, it can improve. Once the nerves receive clearer pathways and proper support, the sensations in the feet can calm down. This is why even gentle techniques make such a difference. They help the body restore communication. Point 2. Why these symptoms usually start higher up in the leg, not in the feet. My friends, this may surprise you, but most tingling, burning, and numbness in the feet don't actually begin in the feet at all. The feet are simply where you feel the problem. The real issue often starts much higher, along the nerves that run through the calves, behind the knee, and even up toward the lower back. These nerves travel a long path before they reach your toes, and anywhere along that pathway they can become irritated, squeezed, or slowed down. When that happens, the feet begin to feel strange, even though the root of the problem is not in the foot itself. As we age, the muscles in the back of the legs can become tighter without us realizing it, especially the calves and the small muscles around the ankle. These areas are like tunnels the nerves must pass through. When the tunnels get stiff or narrow, the nerves lose their natural glide. This creates unclear signals that reach the feet as tingling or numbness. Old walking habits, years of standing, and even long periods of sitting can also change how these nerves behave. Over time, the brain receives less accurate information from the legs. And when the brain doesn't clearly hear what the feet are saying, the feet start to feel distant, fuzzy, or unreliable. Think of it like a phone call with a weak signal. The voice cuts in and out, even though the person speaking is fine. Your nerves work the same way. Once the pathway becomes clearer, the feet start feeling more normal again. Point 3. How unclear nerve signals affect your balance and confidence. My friends, one of the most important things to understand is how these nerve sensations, tingling, burning, numbness, buzzing, quietly affect the way you move every single day. Many older adults tell me, "I feel unsteady, I don't trust my feet," or "It feels like my feet aren't part of me anymore." These feelings are not random. They happen because the nerves are sending unclear messages to the brain. Your feet are your body's main source of balance information. They tell the brain where the ground is, how your weight is shifting, and which muscles need to activate to keep you steady. But when the nerves don't communicate clearly, the brain loses confidence. It begins to guess instead of knowing. That guessing creates hesitation, slower steps, and a sense of uncertainty when standing or walking. This is why so many seniors begin walking more carefully, holding onto furniture, or avoiding certain surfaces. It's not fear, it's the body protecting itself from unclear signals. And when those signals become weaker, even resting can feel uncomfortable. The buzzing or numbness can make the feet feel distant, like they're not fully connected to the rest of you. The good news is that this problem is not about weakness. It's not about your bones or your strength failing. It's about the conversation between your nerves and your brain becoming faint. And when that conversation becomes stronger again, through simple, gentle steps, the brain starts trusting the feet more. That trust brings back confidence, steadiness, and a greater sense of ease with every step. Point 4. Why your nerves need a reset before any exercise can work. My friends, before we talk about any technique or movement that can help your feet, we need to understand something very important. Your nerves cannot respond well when they are overwhelmed, tense, or confused. Many older adults try different exercises, stretches, or foot massages, and then feel disappointed when nothing changes. But the truth is, exercises don't work when the nervous system is not ready to receive them. Think of your nerves like a radio station. If there is too much noise or static, the message cannot come through. In the same way, when the system is noisy, because of tension, stress, stiffness, or years of guarded movements, the nerves cannot process new signals clearly. This is why many seniors feel frustrated. They are doing the right things, but the body is not prepared to listen. This is where a reset becomes essential. A reset is simply a moment where the body becomes still enough for the nerves to reorganize. It does not involve stretching or effort. It is a quiet pause that tells the body, you're safe, and you can pay attention again. Once this happens, even the smallest, gentlest technique can reach the deeper layers of the nervous system. Science supports this too. Research shows that nerve-related symptoms often appear long before pain because the body loses its sense of position. A moment of stillness restores that baseline. When the nervous system knows where the body is, it becomes much more willing to change. This reset is not dramatic, but it is powerful. It prepares your entire system so the next steps, release, stretching, or activation, can actually make a difference. Point 5. The first step, gently releasing the nerve pathway under the foot. My friends, now that your nervous system is prepared, the very first physical step is a gentle release under the bottom of the foot. This is where many of the nerves in the leg come together, and when this area becomes tight, the nerves lose their ability to glide smoothly. You don't need strength, pressure, or force. What you need is softness. To begin, place your foot on a soft ball, like a small foam ball, or even a rolled-up towel if that feels more comfortable. Let your foot settle onto it without pushing. Think of it as allowing your weight to melt down gently, not pressing down with effort. This soft contact sends the first clear signal to the nerves that they are safe and can begin to relax. Once the foot settles, slowly roll it from the heel toward the ball of the foot, but only an inch or two at a time. This small movement is enough to wake up the pathway. You are not trying to stretch the muscles hard. You are simply giving the nerves a smooth, steady message. Most people feel a light warmth or softening after a few seconds. That warmth is the sign that the pathway is opening. This gentle motion helps the tissues loosen around the tibial nerve, which is often responsible for tingling, burning, and numbness. When this area relaxes, the nerves stop bracing and the signals begin to travel more clearly. Point 6. Opening the calf and ankle, freeing the nerves higher up the leg. My friends, once the bottom of the foot begins to relax, the next step is to open the calf and ankle, because this is where the nerves often get squeezed the most. Many seniors don't realize that the calf muscles tighten slowly over the years, sometimes from walking habits, sometimes from long periods of sitting, and sometimes simply from holding tension without noticing. When these muscles stiffen, the nerves passing through them lose their ability to move freely. This creates unclear signals that show up as tingling or numbness in the feet. To begin this release, stand near a wall and place your hands on it for support. Step 1 foot back while keeping the heel firmly on the ground. There is no need to force the stretch or push hard. Simply allow the back leg to lengthen slowly. The goal is to feel a gentle opening behind the knee and into the calf. Not strain, not pulling, just space. As this area opens, the tissues around the nerve begin to relax. When that happens, the nerve regains its natural glide. Studies in older adults show that even a simple calf stretch can help improve nerve mobility and reduce burning or tingling sensations. That is because you're giving the nerve room to move, instead of compressing it. Many seniors notice an immediate shift. The ankle feels lighter, the arch softens, and the foot feels more supported. This simple opening creates a foundation for better balance and clearer communication between the foot and the brain. Point 7. Activating the foot muscles, restoring the nerve-to-muscle connection. My friends, now that the nerves under the foot, calf, and ankle have been opened and given space, the next step is to wake up the small foot muscles that work with the nerves. Many older adults don't realize that these tiny muscles weaken quietly over the years, not because the body is failing, but because the nerves have been sending unclear messages for too long. When the nerves aren't sure what to do, the muscles stop doing their full job. This leads to unsteady walking, tired feet, and that feeling of, I don't trust my steps anymore. To activate this connection again, sit comfortably in a chair with your foot flat on the ground. Now, slowly lift your toes while keeping your heel firmly on the floor. Don't worry about lifting high. The smallest lift is enough. What matters is the intention, not the height. This simple motion wakes up the muscles that support balance and protect the nerves during walking. Many seniors feel an instant change. Some say, my foot feels awake, while others notice a gentle lightness or warmth. This is the nervous system responding. Research shows that activating these toe-lifting muscles improves nerve conduction, the speed at which signals travel. That means the pathway between your foot and your brain becomes clearer. Hold the lift for a few seconds, then let the toes soften back down. With each repetition, the muscles relearn their role. They begin to support the arch, steady the ankle, and reduce the strain that creates tingling or numbness. This tiny action creates a quiet but powerful shift. It reconnects the parts of your body that have been silent for years and restores the teamwork between nerves and muscles that keeps you balanced and confident. Point 8. The final piece. How calm attention helps your nerves heal and keeps the results lasting. My friends, this may be the most surprising part of the entire method, yet it is the one that makes the biggest long-term difference. After you release the foot, open the calf, and activate the small muscles, there is one final layer that helps the nerves stay clear: calm attention. Many seniors think healing is only physical, but your nervous system listens to your emotions just as much as your movements. When you feel worried, tense, or frustrated about your symptoms, the nerves tighten. They become guarded, almost like they're bracing for danger. But when you bring gentle awareness and kindness to your feet, even for a few seconds, the nerves soften. The body feels safer. And when the body feels safe, the signals become clearer. This calm attention is not meditation, not deep breathing, not complicated at all. It is simply noticing your feet without fear or judgment. Think of it as telling your feet, you're not alone. I'm here. When you do this, the nervous system relaxes its grip. This allows all the work you did, release, opening, activation, to settle in more deeply. It is the difference between a change that fades and a change that lasts. Many older adults feel a soft shift when they do this. The toes rest easier. The ankles feel lighter. The buzzing calms. When the mind relaxes, the nerves follow. And that emotional ease becomes the foundation for better balance, clearer sensation, and more confident walking. Point 9. Your path forward. How to use this method daily for real, lasting relief. My friends, now that you understand each part of this gentle nerve reset method, the final step is knowing how to bring it into your daily life in a way that feels easy, safe, and supportive. You do not need long exercises, heavy stretching, or complicated routines. What your nerves need most is consistency, not intensity. Even one quiet minute a day can create changes that build over time. The best way to use this method is to follow the steps in the same order each time. A short moment of stillness, the reset. A gentle release under the foot. a slow opening in the calf and ankle, a small activation to wake up the foot muscles, a few seconds of calm attention. This whole sequence takes less time than brewing a cup of tea. Many seniors like to do it in the morning before walking or in the evening when the feet feel tired or buzzy. Either time works. What matters is that you do it regularly. When the nerves receive steady, repeated signals, they begin to rebuild their clarity much faster. Another important part of your path forward is to listen to your body, not push it. If something feels too strong, make it smaller. If something feels good, you can hold it a moment longer. Your nervous system responds beautifully to gentle guidance. And please remember, improvement doesn't always happen all at once. Some days will feel easier than others. What matters is the overall direction. Each time you practice, you strengthen the communication between your brain and your feet. With patience, this 1-minute method can help you walk with more confidence, feel more steady on your feet, and reconnect with sensations you thought were lost. My friends, as we come to the end of this journey, I want to leave you with something deeply important. Your feet can improve at any age. Tingling, burning, numbness, and unsteady walking can feel frightening or frustrating. But these sensations do not mean your body is giving up. They mean your nerves are asking for clarity, support, and a chance to reconnect. And now, you have a simple method to help them do exactly that. Many seniors live for years thinking nothing can change. But when you take small, consistent steps, the body responds. The brain listens. Sensation becomes clearer. Walking becomes steadier. And that sense of, I don't trust my feet, slowly begins to fade.